Welcome back to Cinematic Refresh. Listen closely to what happens. Today, I will talk about a drama history movie from 2006 called The Last King of Scotland. The movie starts in 1970, Scotland, with a young doctor called Nicholas Garrigan, who has just graduated from medical school. His dad wants him to join the family practice, but Nicholas is fed up with his father's controlling behavior and wants to go far away from him. Seeking adventure, Nicholas decides to spin a globe and go to any place his finger lands on. The globe lands on Uganda. He arrives in Uganda and takes the bus to a small village where he will join a missionary clinic as a general doctor. He learns that the country is in the middle of a coup where General Idi Amin is taking over the country from ex-President Obote. When he arrives at the missionary clinic run by Dr. David Merritt and his wife, Sarah, they show Nicholas around and help him get acquainted. He soon starts taking patients. One day, he learns that the new president, Idi Amin, is coming to visit the village to give a speech. As Dr. David is on call at another village, Nicholas convinces Sarah to go see the new president give a speech. While addressing his people, Idi Amin promises Ugandans a reign of tranquility, wealth, universal healthcare, and other progressive improvements. Nicholas is impressed as he sees Idi Amin as a dynamic and entertaining leader who is enthusiastically received by his people and appears to have their best interests at heart. On the way back to the clinic, Sarah and Nicholas are stopped by the military and informed that Idi Amin's car hit a cow and he requires medical assistance. As Nicholas is treating Amin's hand, the injured cow continuously groans in pain, diverting his attention. Not being able to stand the cow's pain anymore, Nicholas picks up Amin's pistol and shoots the cow, putting it out of its misery. Amin is impressed by his quick action and initiative. Fond of Scotland, as a symbol of resilience against the English, Idi Amin is delighted to discover Nicholas's nationality and they get acquainted. The following day, the health minister, Jonah, comes to pick up Nicholas, informing him that the president would like to meet with him in Kampala, Uganda's capital city. Nicholas is taken to the president's house, where Idi Amin offers him a job to become his personal physician and take charge of modernizing the country's healthcare system. Unsure about taking the job, Nicholas declines the offer. Disappointed, Idi Amin invites him to a state dinner and tells him to stay a few days in Kampala so that he can see the city. At the dinner party, Amin introduces his 3 wives to Nicholas, along with some British diplomats. After spending some time in Kampala, Nicholas realizes he will be able to make more change from Kampala, working with the president, so he decides to take the position offered by Idi Amin. He is offered an apartment in the state house, and when he isn't treating the president or his family members, he is told to work at the state hospital, which is funded by Idi Amin. He is also gifted a brand new Mercedes-Benz by the president. At the hospital, Nicholas meets Dr. Thomas, the head doctor of the hospital, with whom he will be working. He also runs into Nigel, one of the British diplomats he met at Idi Amin's first state party. Nigel warns Nicholas about getting too close to the president, saying that he is dangerous. But Nicholas dismisses Nigel's warning and claims that the British are also hypocrites. Soon after, Nicholas develops a very close friendship with Idi Amin. Idi Amin also lets him take his place in important state meetings when he is traveling, and involves him in important decisions regarding the country's development. One day, Nicholas gets a call to treat the president's son, Mackenzie, from his youngest wife, Kay. He realizes that Kay and her son are not allowed to live at the state house with the other wives, because she has given birth to an epileptic son. Nicholas promises to continue treating Mackenzie's epilepsy. After that, Kay and Nicholas continue to run into each other at the state house during events. Nicholas takes an interest in her, and they form a close friendship. After a while, Nicholas starts to notice that Idi Amin is growing increasingly unstable and paranoid. He is constantly on edge and has random outbursts, making Nicholas feel constantly uneasy around him. It starts when Idi Amin orders the forceful expulsion of all Asians from Uganda, even though Nicholas advises him not to go through with it. This creates a labor shortage and makes Uganda's economy unstable. Nicholas also notices that Idi Amin has appointed a new health minister, while Jonah is missing. He confronts Idi Amin about it, but Amin lies to him and tells him that Jonah has been given another position. Nicholas gets increasingly uncomfortable with his unpredictable behavior. Later on, Nicholas attends another one of the president's state parties, where he sees Kay. They get drunk and sneak away from the party and end up sleeping together. As they are laying in bed, Kay tells Nicholas that Idi Amin is dangerous and unpredictable and that he should find a way to leave the country while he still can. Following Kay's advice, Nicholas asks to leave the country and go home, but Idi Amin tells him that Uganda is now his home and he shouldn't even think of leaving. One day, Nicholas comes home and finds his place vandalized. He sees that Idi Amin has taken his British passport and replaced it with a Ugandan one, preventing him from leaving the country entirely. Nicholas goes to see Nigel, the British diplomat, to ask him for help obtaining a new passport so that he can leave the country. Nigel shows him evidence of the thousands of tribesmen murdered by Idi Amin's men along with a picture of the former health minister, Jonah. Nigel claims that Idi Amin is out of control, and that he is no longer bothering to cover up his war crimes, and the only way he would help Nicholas escape is if he agrees to assassinate Idi Amin. Nicholas refuses to commit murder and leaves. He meets up with Kay, who informs him that she has become pregnant with his child. Aware that Amin will murder her for her infidelity, she begs Nicholas for an abortion. He agrees to perform the abortion secretly at the hospital the next day. The next day, Idi Amin commands Nicholas to attend his press conference with Western journalists to help him save his reputation with them after expelling the Asians. With no option, Nicholas fails to meet Kay at the appointed time for her abortion. When Nicholas goes to Kay's home to find her, he is told by her servant that Kay assumed he abandoned her and she went to the village clinic to seek a primitive abortion. Nicholas heads to the village as fast as he can and goes to the village medical center. He can hear people crying and screaming, so he follows the sound and sees a group of people gathered outside the morgue. Nicholas finds Kay's dismembered corpse on an autopsy table and throws up. Finally accepting that Idi Amin is cruel, he decides to poison him. Nicholas heads back to the state house and finds Idi Amin and his security men watching an adult movie on the projector. He gives Idi Amin some headache pills, which are actually poison. Nicholas then leaves, but on his way out, the head of security gets a phone call from the airport about a hijacked Air France aircraft. Idi Amin grabs the pills Nicholas gave him and tells Nicholas to come to the airport with him. When they reach the airport, Idi Amin forgets his pills in the car. Terrified of what will happen if someone finds the poison pills, Nicholas tries taking them back, but the head of security grabs them before he can. Nicholas and Dr. Thomas are called to examine the hostages and offer them medical assistance. Nicholas sees the head of security testing one of the poisonous pills on a young boy. Knowing that it will kill the boy, he rushes out and makes the young boy spit the pill out. Caught red-handed, Idi Amin's security detail drag Nicholas to the back after beating him up. Idi Amin comes and confronts Nicholas about his betrayal, but Nicholas laughs at him and tells him that he is weak. He orders his security guards to hang Nicholas by the chest using a pair of meat hooks. He then leaves to inform the hostages that they are free to go. The guards hang Nicholas and laugh at him. Dr. Thomas waits for the security guards to go for lunch and cuts down Nicholas and bandages him up. He tells Nicholas that the Air France aircraft is leaving and he should escape on it. Nicholas thanks him and sneaks out, getting lost in the crowd of hostages. Meanwhile, Dr. Thomas gets arrested for letting Nicholas escape and is shot in the head. The airplane takes off before they can stop it, allowing Nicholas to leave the country once and for all. The end. In 1979, Idi Amin made a decision to invade Tanzania, which promptly counterattacked, overthrowing him. When he was finally overthrown in 1979, jubilant crowds poured onto the streets. He died in exile in 2003, while in Saudi Arabia. While the character of Idi Amin and some of the events surrounding him in the film are mostly based on fact, Dr. Nicholas is a fictional character based on a British colonial officer named Bob Astles, who worked closely with Idi Amin. Please comment below your thoughts on the story. Until next time.